Okay, today we're going to talk about target recognition. I use target recognition on each different animal. There is a gap. There is a gap compromise, and if you know that, you can find out the gap on every animal size. Every animal size. Okay, now, so let's talk a little bit about gap recognition. Now look, there is a gap. There is gap compromise. If you know the gap compromise, you can pick the gap on any particular target. So this is what you do. If you're shooting 3D, you go out to the club and you stand 20 yards from every target and you shoot at that target. You will find a spot on that target where if you put your arrow, you will hit the target, or a spot under the target. Now with my bow at 35 yards, that's basically point on, and at my club 3D targets are from 12 to 35 yards, so I know I'm never going to have my arrow above. It's always going to be underneath. And I group animals, fox, turkey, raccoons, skunks, these smaller creatures I know I group as one group and I aim under them by about a foot. If I'm doing something like a pig or a panther or a cheetah, it's a very similar one, but it'll probably be just barely under the foot. And every one of these animals, you draw a little picture and you make a line where it is, because you have to memorize it. Because when you go out in the woods, if you walk around the corner and there's a moose, you want to know where to put your arrow. Now, back to grouping animals. Moose, elk, caribou, big animals. I find that it's just under where the belly joins the leg. That's where I'll put my arrow. So if I have something like a male deer, a buck, the arrow at 20 yards will be just under his knee. But if it's a small doe or a fawn, it's going to be down at his hoof. A middle-sized animal like a wolf will be just down at the bottom of his paw. Anyhow, you go out to the club, you draw a picture for every one of these animals, you stand at 20 yards, you find out where the gap is, and then when you walk around the corner and there's the deer, you go, oh, there's the deer, just below his knee. That's what you go. That's how you do it. So you don't have to be thinking, oh, 20 yards, no, 21, no, 22 yards, no, oh, no, it is 20 yards, and at 20 yards I have to put it 6 inches under, and you carefully aim, and you miss because you guessed the wrong distance. Just go and find the gaps. It really does help. Anyhow, let's take a look at some of these targets, or some of these arrows here. And on this particular target, I had to put the arrow right down on his hoof. Okay, so we put it down on the hoof, we had faith, and there it is. Well, you have fun shooting those longbows, and that's how you can aim. Take care.